Horsetails is proudly brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. South Carolina, a true leader in the equine industry. Hey folks, we ran out of bullets and we ran out of time on part 1 with Sam Helms. Folks, if you missed part 1, today is part 2. You can go to YouTube and look at it so you can kind of get caught up. Hey, Sam's going to take us through more steps of what it takes to make a great gun horse. So folks, stay tuned. We're going to shoot them up. All my life, I've been obsessed with horses. I was curious and wanted to see other people's love for their horses and their stories. I'm David Grant, the PD Cowboy, and along with some incredible horse owners, I want to share the story of horses and the people that have a passion for them.
When is the last time you traced your roots? Not your family's roots. The roots of the food you eat. Those roots should run deep, not from afar. Just like the legacy of farmers here in South Carolina. The men and women, the generations of families, and the aspiring entrepreneurs who proudly look after their crops. They are the caretakers who plant the tomatoes, grow the peppers, and harvest the corn. And the new breed of agrarians who embrace technology and techniques like hydroponics to produce food that tastes so good it can only be from South Carolina. Day in, day out, farmers from every corner of our state, whose roots trace all the way back to right here, are carrying on the traditions of bringing locally grown food to your table. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
Don't go racing around looking for a car loan. At Anderson Brothers Bank, we take on all challenges to get you financed. Anderson Brothers Bank. Right car, right payment, right now.
Horsetails, proudly brought to you by Anderson Brothers Bank, treating you like family since 1933. King Street Auction Company, King Street, South Carolina, the #1 auction in the Southeast. Equestrian Images, committed to artistic excellence. All right, folks, horse number 2. Sam, got a 4-year-old little Marsh Tacky here. I have learned through the years, Sam, these little Spanish horses mature a little later. I didn't start him to a 3-year-old. Had a Brock Griffin kind of got him started. We hog hunted off of him last year. Kind of letting him grow up, let him get sound between the ears there. And I'm hoping that also to teach him to want to deer hunt off of him. That's where I'm heading with him. So I'm just kind of taking it slow and easy. So far, he's been kind of quiet, but I really don't know what to expect today. And you don't either.
No, I don't. I can tell you that we got this horse in. He's really quiet this morning. He's got a big, brown, quiet eye. I know some folks have rode him, so I'm not expecting anything, but who knows what we're going to get. But whatever we get, we'll deal with it as we go.
Well, one thing that in redneck terms, Sam, I like all my horses to be trained in both disciplines, hog hunting and deer hunting. And I ride the real hunt seat.
That's
so
right.
Sam, this is Hooch, and I got a special little nephew that's 4 years old, and my dream one day that Turner and Hooch would be a good match. So as this horse grows up, I'm going to expose him to a lot of things, and hopefully one day that Hooch and Turner would be a good match. So Sam, have at it, my friend.
All right. All right, like Dave said, this is a 4-year-old horse. The horse, this is a #2 horse for today. Now this horse has been standing right over there in them stalls, okay? And he's heard the gunfire. We didn't see anything. The one thing we noticed is he's a little attached to that mare that's walking around. His feet was kind of stuck in the middle, so I really moved him out. And you see me swinging this rope, encouraging him to move. He's not really paying a lot of attention to me, and that's what I don't like. You can just kind of see that eye coming around and see me tugging on the rope. There's a lot of things going around here today. I don't want him looking at them. I want him looking at me. We're going to introduce gunfire the same way we have been, same way I always do. But he has got to listen to me. Not be concerned with the quarter mare or the walking mare or the signs. Hey, old buddy. There we go. When I said his feet was a little stuck, what that meant was he just don't want to move out as much as I'd like to see him move out. I want to see him move out. Of course, knowing where he came from, he probably ain't had much round pen work. He lives here with Dave. But what he has and what you got to keep in mind is this horse has heard every round that's been fired here this morning. So naturally he should be quieter. And he's pretty much proven so. This little horse, although he's being quieter, he's not leaning on me as much as the other horse was. Probably because he's tied up with his buddies over there. He's been hanging out with his buddies all morning watching me work. Which is not a bad way to be until you step in this pen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that distance away and get him closer to me. See, he's wanting to pull just a little bit. Now Dave's already been hunting off this horse. So we know he's broke if Dave can ride him. Now he's starting to figure out a little bit of what. See how I didn't have to tug? I just stepped back and he come in. What we want to do now is slow him down, bring him back, ask him to come in. Good. If you'll notice, when he first came in, I had to pull and tug on this rope a good bit. You watch now how I handle this rope. I just lean on it and pull and catch his eye and ask him to come to me. Now his attitude has changed to where he don't want to run around so much. He figured out pretty quick that he don't really have to work that hard if he listens to me. Now, interesting though, when I got on his back, he went right back to his mind, switched out there to his buddies. See his head come up, he's a little bit braced. So I'm gonna work a little bit on just getting his head back right before I start shooting. Little excitement for the morning. We're gonna get his feet moving now that we got our head a little bit better right. See, his head's not turned out looking outside of the pen now. It's pretty much focused. And then we're gonna start shooting again. And then we're gonna tell him he don't have to work so hard if he'll just act right. All I said was don't do that. Real nice and polite. Now if he tries to take advantage of that, I'll say it not so polite. Try to be as nice as the horse is to me. Never rude, never abusive. But if he tries to go a direction I don't want him to go, do something I don't want him to do, all I do is correct him. See, this horse almost got more confident with me in the saddle than on the ground, which is kind of backwards, but now I got his mind. We just now got a response out of him in the saddle, which is really good. I mean, really good. Because from what Dave said and what he wants to do with him, he wants to ride out there and shoot deer or hunt hogs or whatever. So he will have to walk a good bit. He will have to run and travel a good bit at speed. So you need to be able to pick it up when you need to. Slow it down when you need to. And then stop him and take a shot when you need to. Boy, them panels ring. It's pretty good for a 4-year-old. I don't care who you are. Very good.
Horsetails, proudly brought to you by Warren Coker, Coastal Bermuda Hay Farms, Atlanta, South Carolina. Hey, and a whole lot more. South Carolina Horsemen's Council, the voice of the horse in South Carolina. Morrell Tire, Latta, South Carolina, working tirelessly to bring you the best service in the industry. Hey folks, got pecans to sell? See Warren Coker, Atlanta, South Carolina.
At Anderson Brothers Bank, we have the right formula for your car loan. Doing loans the big banks won't, at rates finance companies don't. Get on the right track with the right car, the right payment, and get to the finish line in record time. Anderson Brothers Bank.
Take a moment to think about the food you buy and eat. Is it fresh? I mean really fresh. Or is it shipped from a grower, hundreds or even thousands of miles away? Well, here in South Carolina, we celebrate fresh, locally grown food and unforgettable meals with family and friends. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier Tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier Tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
I'm Aaron Wood, Assistant Commissioner for Agency Operations at South Carolina Department of Agriculture. A great stewardship program at SCDA is the Waste Pesticide Disposal Program, where homeowners, farmers, commercial and non-commercial applicators can dispose of old, outdated, or unwanted pesticides. Last year, we collected over 75,000 pounds at 10 events across the state. Be on the lookout for a collection event near you.
All right, Sam, we got a 3-year-old quarter horse mare belonging to Angie Gardner here in Florence. Tell me a little bit about this mare.
I'll tell you what I know. She belongs to Andy Gardner. She's a 3-year-old. My understanding, she's had some issues with Angie. I've had her at the house for a couple of weeks. I brought her here so I could show her to Angie. We've been riding her a little bit. And just because she's here, we're just going to shoot off of her because that's what we do. But main thing is to see how far she's progressed in a couple of weeks at home. In real life, she's got a job now.
Well, shoot, Sam. Have at it.
I'm actually a little bit of a fan of this horse, and I'll tell you why. See this big old sloping hip? I compete in a timed event, and this little mare right here has a lot of heart, got a lot of try. got a big stride. And she may try and hurt me today. She may hurt me today, but she wants to work. She needs a job, and 2 weeks ago she got one. It just happens to be at my house, not Angie's house. Now, I haven't shot off of her at home. She's been in the top pasture up there on top of the hill with another 3-year-old mare I got, and you know, they're around some gunfire, but in other words, I haven't took a pistol near her because that wasn't what I got her for. I got her to fix her attitude problem. And you can still see that eye's kind of just a little bit wandering, okay? But you can tell right quick when I tell her to whoa now, I gotta get her attention pretty quick. And it don't take much to get her to come to me because she's been at the house. Now, all this groundwork is fine, well, and good until you get in the saddle. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce gunfire to her. The same way we've been introducing gunfire to the rest of them. And I'm hoping we don't have no trouble, okay? But if we do, we'll deal with it. But notice how this horse, she wants to stay with me. Notice how her feet go out. You know, she wants to move her feet. Whereas the other horse that was just in here, his feet was kind of stuck. This horse ain't got that problem. This horse wants to move. She wants to run. She wants to go be something somewhere, or be somewhere else. You see, I'm asking her just to slow just a little bit coming in front of the shoulder. She had a little bit of a hesitation there. Now, she don't have any earplugs in yet. We're going to put them on, and then we're going to get a little gooder here. This mare could get western. It could get real interesting. Let me see that 22. This mare's got some attitudinal issues that we all kind of know. And the way she's built makes you a little scared. She's a little downhill because she's still growing. You want to have your head on tight when you get on her. Main thing I want to do is get her foot moving. If I had to, if she would have acted out, I would have just went and sped her up. This is what I'm wanting. Quiet, walking, her ears are flopping. This horse's ears ain't flopped but for just a few days. This horse has got a different outlook on life now than she did. Now I'm going to break a golden rule here. I'm going to go right from the 22 to the 45. Why am I going to do that? I reckon I'm just going to see if I can't get myself hurt today. But I'm trying to go through this. This little horse is doing so good. I don't want to do anything, but I will shoot way behind. The only thing that this little mare is going to see that's going to be new is a smoke. Now, I don't think she's going to butt me off. See them ears flopping? When I see ears flopping, that's always good. Now we're getting to come through the smoke a little bit. I can feel her heart rate pick up. But notice we ain't getting no G and hawing. There we got one. But we needed that, as crazy as that sounds, we needed that. See that smoke cloud I'm chasing? That's what I'm wanting to do. And the minute her heart rate comes up, I put that body to use. So, lesson is, you pick your heart rate up, and I didn't tell you to, I'll make you work a little bit harder. You be quiet when I say be quiet. You don't pick your heart rate up or your energy up unless I say so. So what we got now is we've worked in the round pen. I want to get this mare out. Historically, when this mare changes locations, she goes right back to, she wants to be the boss. So we're going to see what she does out here. And I have a 45M scabbard here. The main thing is moving her out. We're gonna quit because we only got one reaction on one shot, and it wasn't much of a reaction. See them floppy ears? That's what we want.
Horsetails, proudly brought to you by Anderson Brothers Bank, treating you like family since 1933. Kingstree Auction Company, Kingstree, South Carolina, the #1 auction in the Southeast. Equestrian Images, committed to artistic excellence.
Southern States carefully crafts every bag of Legends horse feed with the highest quality ingredients available. The Legends superior line of specially formulated feeds will help keep your horses happy, healthy, and in peak form. You and your horse have a special bond. To keep that bond everlasting, Legends horse feeds can accommodate every type of nutritional need a horse might have. Legends, redefining what horse feed should be. Visit your local Southern States dealer to see which Legends feed is best for your horse.
Take a moment to think about the food you buy and eat. Is it fresh? I mean really fresh. Or is it shipped from a grower hundreds or even thousands of miles away? Well, here in South Carolina, we celebrate fresh, locally grown food and unforgettable meals with family and friends. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
Folks, remember back in the day, the sitcom Laugh In, and I had a little old guy with the German-looking helmet said, "Very interesting." Well, folks, what we're going to do now is going to be very interesting. I got just coming 3-year-old Marsh Tacky gelding. On the second or third time he's had a halter on him, and we were able to get him from the barn up here without a whole lot of adventure. Didn't get too western. So Sam, really this horse really hadn't been messed with at all. So what are you expecting?
This is the part of the show where they try to get me hurt. But this is something I really advise people. This horse is not saddle broke, right? Never been ridden.
Never, no.
So we already know that he wants to make a shooting horse out of it of some kind, whether that be a hunting horse or a mounted shooting horse.
Right.
So let's start with the gunfire, so that's the least of our worries. Okay. We know it's going to take a while to get him saddle broke and broke to ride agreeably, but as far as the gunfire, we can introduce gunfire safely now, so that's the least of our worries later. I reckon the first thing about this little horse is we want to establish some ground rules, which is don't get too close to me unless I ask you to come to me. Seeing how he's never had a halter on, that tells us that he don't know anything about lunging, moving his feet, or anything. So he's going to learn that today too. And hopefully it will go pretty well. See how the horse pulls on me a little bit? I don't want him to do that. When he quits pulling, I'll give him a little more rope. Now, keep in mind, this horse here has heard every round that's been fired today, standing right over there, and we didn't notice anything. So actually, this part right here is almost as important as the gunfire. Now, I want to be getting a little bit closer, and I reckon this is going to be the first time you ever had earplugs in, so all kind of new stuff we're going to learn today. So I put the plugs in and I got him closer. Now see how he is not pulling on me? I want to show this pistol a little bit more.
Folks, here we are at the end of day 2. I hope y'all really enjoyed this show. As you see, we had 4 different horses from different spectrums of experience and the breeds, folks. Sam Helms has become a friend, and folks, he's one of the premier gun horse trainers in the country. If you want to get a hold of Sam, you just go to Sam Helms High Gunmanship, or you can Horse Tales TV. You can look me up, folks, and I tell you, I promise you, money well spent where you're looking for a gun horse or just get your horse acclimated to seeing things out on the trail. And folks, until next week, keep your reins low and your hands quiet, and God has blessed this great country of ours.